Shut up, Meg.
All right. What's up, everybody? Sorry about the thing earlier. YouTube just totally screwed this one up. Apparently, some of you had last week's thumbnail, and some of you had this week's thumbnail, and the time was wrong and everything. But anyway, we had some early crew in here as usual. Fama, someone bloody random, Rusty B, Joe Russ, Boozy stopped by early. Fama, I think I said Fama, someone bloody random. I just said that C2S. Let me see if I can see. A Lock Watcher was here earlier. Sauce was here. Deltic Engine is here. And Clive is doing his thing. I guess we'll see if he can still do the raid while he's mobile or not. But either way, let's go ahead and do a quick toast to those who are here. Cheers, everybody. Is that Mr. S? And also, I don't know if you saw the pinned comment from earlier. Let me get Twitch music going. I finally found a place to put my firearm stuff that I want to get fucked with. So now I'm on Odyssey for firearms. And I'll announce that later on once we get more people here too. But this particular stream, we have a new shirt that just showed up. We have a big box of stuff that showed up. And assuming once everybody piles in, we'll show you what we were messing with on Wednesday that now makes a lot of noise and carbon monoxide. So we will get there. I'm glad the V8 is finally running, kind of. It's kind of running. I started it today just to, make sure it actually still started. As soon as I hooked power up to it, the voltage regulator fried, which isn't needed anyway, but I was worried when it went up, it took out the ignition, but it didn't. It still runs. There's a very narrow band in the fuel, like the throttle, to get it to run, so it just needs tuned up. But we'll do that once we get it running with fluids going through it so that we can do long-term running. He is still here. Who is he is still here? Little Jim, what's up, buddy? Rusty B. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier or not. Unicron, what's up, Brian? It's running? Yes, Kevin, it does run. And I will show it running once Clive gets done doing Clive stuff. And we get everybody in here. Put it in your mom. Well, that's a crusty, rusted, maggot-filled corpse, so I ain't gonna worry messing with that. 3D print an RC car for it. I don't know that I would trust that with that kind of an engine. What do we got here? Dimitrowski? Dimitrowski? I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but I appreciate the follow. Oh, well, let's see. We got a beer coming up when the raid gets here. It's kind of warm. It's pretty hot in here because I got the 3D printer going. I know the video's not going, but the webcam, that old ancient webcam, kind of crashed out a little bit. So I'll see what I can do to get that to work again. But it is actually currently printing the plaque for the engine. And I did get something else printed out for the engine. What looks like a simple cup holder. But I have it set up so that we can screw this onto the base plate, and this will hold the fuel canister up a little higher. And it'll actually keep it over the ignition box. Wow. Someone just gifted 5 minutes. Sauce just gifted 5 memberships to I'm Jojo Waffles the Proto. Steve Aldridge, Silver Smeeden, and Greg Dillion. Much appreciated. Let's get a cheers for that. Much appreciated. Frank was entering your stream. He would like to be entered in. Which Frank? Is one of our new Franks? Old Franks? Different Franks? I'm not seeing a Frank. I see Franco Walker, which I said hi to. Have more Franks showed up that I haven't seen yet? Because I know we do have somewhat of a new Frank that pops in occasionally. I see Clive is typing, so I'm assuming he'll be here momentarily. What's up, MacVision? Chris, welcome. Delta Engine, regarding my noise problem, I'm getting anywhere. I'm not getting. Oh, yeah, he just did the raid. Okay. I'm not getting. Shit, where did that go? Delta Engine, everything's scrolling. Ah, I'm not getting anywhere finding the source, but at least I have the people I live on board instead of denying everything. Did something go wrong? Did something explode? What's up, everybody? Welcome on Twitch. Appreciate the raid there, Clive. We'll get ready to do our big toast, and then I will, again, I'll flip this over. I just did this for the other people. But just so those coming in can see, in a little while, we'll be starting this little engine that actually runs now on gasoline based on a small block Chevy V8. And we're also going to discuss our next major project. Since that actually worked, I wouldn't mind possibly getting another one. Give a toast. Why, yes, indeed. What's up, Rob? Let's see. Some of Smilavort. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm saying that. Joe Wet Wrench. Zap Sparky, what's up? Let's go ahead and crack our usual. Just resume stretch. All right, Cyberlight, what's up with a stretch? DCL, and everybody give a stretch, and then we'll have a drink. Jacques Attack, Zap Sparky, Peter Harkins, NZ Platypus, Cotton Ballet, the Sex Shaman is here. There's Sparks, Graham Shaw, Steve Adlers. Cheers, everybody. Appreciate you showing up, and thank you, a big Clive. And like I said, this is our usual Angry Orchard. Jonathan. Holy crap. Dave Vab, currently on a 40 stream watch streak. That's kind of incredible and crazy at the same time. What's up, Bush Doctor? All right. So, in 2.5 minutes, we'll be doing the VertoThermoWhoofle. So we'll be playing with fire. Then we'll start the engine, so you can see that running. It doesn't have any fluids hooked up to it, no antifreeze. There's oil in it, like the pump is driven by the belt. So I'm going to like prime it a little bit, and then we'll start it for short periods of time. Like I said, this coming Wednesday, assuming all the fluids get hooked up right, we should be able to run it for much longer periods of time. You know, fill the whole room up with carbon monoxide and have fun. Though apparently, when you're doing these engines inside, one of the common filters they use is taking a fucking toilet paper roll, stuffing it with rags and paper towels, and then just stuffing it on the muffler. So I guess we'll try that. I have 2 toilet paper rolls because I never throw them out. Has Joe gone by now? Oh, no, there's Joe. Is it still going in a model car? It never was going in a model car. And no, I don't have that kind of time to take on that kind of project. My neighbor was just given a tonsil cancer diagnosis. Can we have an extra toast for Rick, not his real name? We will, but we got to talk about something else first. Since that came up, I guess we'll do this before the VertoThermoWhoofle. So, as many of you know, my stepmom, a couple months ago, had surgery for colon cancer. And then later on, we discussed, she found out she had Lynch syndrome, which means you're missing like 2 proteins or something or others that make radiation and like chemotherapy treatment useful. Apparently, they're the two things that help in doing the repairs after the radiation treatment. They're basically what make it work. Well, she has that, and she had a blood test a couple weeks ago, and they found more cancerous cells in her blood, which means she still has cancer, and they can't figure out where it is. I'm guessing it's small or something. That's kind of where they're at. And since radiation and chemo isn't going to be effective for her, it's not a great prognosis per se. Because at this point, it sounds like it's basically untreatable. So we can do a double toast airlock since that subject was brought up. Still have no idea what to look for as far as the future goes, but see what we can do, and just means I'm probably going to be helping out a little more here and there. So, lymph nodes kind of thing. It's something actually in just the way the body repairs itself after cancer treatments. I need to look into it more. They gave like a brief explanation. I've kind of looked up a little bit, but it's like just a shit show. So, well, appreciate that, Gary. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Oh, Adam, thanks for the follow. So yeah, let's do a toast to fuck cancer and may it go fuck itself for eternity. So cheers, everybody. Oh yeah, and if you joined a little late on at least YouTube, make sure you click the live button that's kind of over there. Just trying to remember stuff as we go. Locke says, appreciate that. Was just told today his is non-operable due to the location, but they are starting with radiation treatment. Yeah. I mean, whatever you can do to try and get it going. Sorry to hear that as well. It's just fucking welcome to the day's world. But I guess it's time to move on to the VertoThermoWhoofle. And then we'll play with the engine, and then we'll talk about a possible future project. What's up, 6F6G? Benji, anything orange? I think I showed that last time. I got my Klein Tools thing. I've got this little orange and yellow fella. But besides that, I'm about to create some orange flames. All right. Number one. One for Freddy. Setting Chad on fire. Yeah. Clean the cobwebs. All right. And that's, if you don't know, that's Freddy. He's a face hugger. Full-size plushie posable face hugger. For the kids, you know. Duh. A face hugger being the thing from the Aliens movie. Like, there's his tail. Anything that, like, two-handed grabs you, wraps its tail, and, like, basically fucks your mouth. Oh, yeah, I gotta do something with his girlfriend, Felicia. Where she is right there. That's his little Lego face hugger girlfriend, Felicia. No, Rob Wood. Actually, I guess, like, he messaged me earlier. I saw what tunes he said to play, but I didn't see if he, said if he was going to miss tonight or not. Not the head crabs from Half-Life 2. Close enough. I kind of feel like they were roughly inspired by, the alien stuff. Condon? C2S is trying new languages for us. That's fun. All right. Well, shall we play with the engine for a minute? And then I'll show you what we got in the mail yesterday and today. Let's see. The Rick and Morty facehuggers were funny as fuck. Oh, I love the Rick and Morty facehugger episode. That's fucking shit and egg and continue life. All right, let's see what we can do with this engine here. Chris, I guess, how many months? 25 months. Insanity. And Boozy was here earlier with the Let's Go with 19 months. Always a good thing. Always appreciate the effort and the support for the channel. So one of the things we're going to be doing Wednesday, we're going to clean the wiring up a little bit. That's where the regulator was. We're going to put proper wires and terminals, because right now I'm literally just stuffing leads into a battery. Well, 2 batteries. I have, this is, trust me, this is a Milwaukee battery. It just, you know, seems a little different. So that is powering the ignition. And then I have my jump pack from work, aka this big, what this thing's connected to. That is for starting, because this thing starts like a MUV. It is a rough start. A lot of current. Oh, I had us, speaking of a lot of current, I had us a big old fat 50 amp push switch sent. A couple of push switches sent in. So maybe that'll help our starting situation a little bit. All right, we got that on. This will cut in and out. I don't even know if this works right. And I got to tell you, I am considering as to whether we're going to leave the alternator on there, because it's not actually going to do much. I'm rolling the oil pump right now just to get some oil in the system. All right. That's hooked up. That's hooked up. All we got to do is short out this wire that keeps melting because of the surge. All right, y'all ready? Let's see where we at. Should be right about there. When do we turn it into Kelly LeBrock? No. Let's see. Come on. There we go. All right. Now the exhaust pipes getting pretty hot. Seems like that's not working again. Yeah, I don't think this actually works right. Or it just does not like what it's hooked up to. I don't know. But she's loud and she runs when the starter wants to work. Actually, I think we're starting to get low on fuel. Well, a little low on fuel. Yeah, we're actually starting to go through the fuel that's been in here. But you can definitely tell it needs some more tuning. And it'll run better when it's not getting a bunch of hot spots in it from doing it like this. And it'll be easier to start, yada yada. Come on. See, right now I'm just melting through insulation trying to get a start. Hold on. Oh, let's get some fresh copper. We'll get us fired up one more time and then we'll go from there. But yeah, once this is actually screwed on, then at least all the start button will be taking all the abuse. At least that's how I see it. Let's see, fuel right about there. So it needs tuning, but she is good to go. I'm just happy it runs. Because now it's going to smell like exhaust in here all the rest of the night, but that's fine. Because the biggest thing that worried me about after everything just kind of went to shit was the fact that y'all donated $2,000 for that thing. And it would have been a goddamn shame if we couldn't get it to run. But we finally got it. And now we're going to tweak it some on Wednesday and get that thing running pretty good. Seems like part of the problem was the apparently I had the spark plug wires hooked up correctly the first time. So we redid them Wednesday, adjusted the fuel some, messed with a little bit of things, got the separate fuel or the separate batteries because the voltage dips like even on a there it is, big ass jump pack right there. Even on that, which is the one I use for work for jumping fucking forklifts, the voltage does sag a little bit with that little airsoft motor, which is what it uses for a starter. It's a high torque / high speed, whatever, I don't know, airsoft motor, and it spins that engine fast as shit. That is for sure. Definitely Vrooms. Oh, it's got a Vroom. Yeah, lock, it works. It works. Much deeper rumble than I expected. Oh, it's pretty. It's very. It's pretty deep for what it is. The thing that's kind of a shame is that the headers at the end of the headers is an actual like miniature, 3-bolt header flange, which you would expect on a regular small block Chevy, which is cool. But this, you can't just go out and buy an exhaust for it. I really wish they would have just had 3.5 horsepower there. Fish online. But I really wish it would have just had a tube out, because then we could do anything. Put some high temperature hose on it, make a little exhaust system, whatever. But it has that flange. I'm not quite ready to just grind them off so that we can get a tube on it. But I guess we'll see. I'm going to keep an eye out see if anyone at some point offers little header flanges for it. Because at that point, we can run the tubes wherever we want and not have to worry about all this exhaust that's in here right now. You can buy a used engine for that price, as Cyber. Like, yeah, that was part of the of it was, this is kind of expensive. I could buy a whole engine for the truck if I wanted to, but you know what? It's cool. I really wish they would have made the instructions a little more clear for the English side of things, but you know what? We sorted it out. Rob Stooge, I could buy a cheap copy of Jenna Ortega for that price. Yeah, you could buy all kinds of stuff for that price. Model size exhaust won't work, I guess. No, you can actually, a lot of these engines that are about this size, you can get like actual exhaust systems for them. There's a couple of 4-cylinder ones out there. You can actually get little tiny turbos for them. I don't know that the turbo's doing what a turbo should do, but it at least looks neat. You get a little bit of that, tiny little bit of that whine out of it. What's up, Slippy Fishy? Oh, I saw Tony posting in here. Where does Tony go? DM me on YouTube. I can make, oh, you can make some of those? DM you on YouTube. Yeah, basically, like if I had a fucking 3D printer that could do like more heat resistant stuff, it wouldn't be a big deal. Let me find a pencil. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. That's right, the Tony. Let's see if I can get figure out how to message you there. No, that's SS, not 22. All right. It's also not really like a hurry rush run thing. What's up, E-Rear? My PC just froze. Took 15 minutes to resuscitate. Yeah, I hate when I do that. That say about once a month, my streaming PC, when I turn it on, it just goes, meh. It just sits there in blank screens, and I got to turn the power supply off and then back on, and then it'll usually boot up after that. But then I can go for, like I said, weeks, and it just boots up fine. So I don't know. Careful. The B2 manual is the same one as the V8. That's the trouble. Yeah, it's pretty much. It was just kind of chapter 2 of the B2 manual. But I did a little while ago, sit there with my phone with Google Translate on and scroll through the Chinese stuff that was on it. And that's how I picked up a couple of little tips. Because I have been tweaking it a little bit here behind the scenes. Oh, and that was, speaking of which, that was the other thing we did. I advanced the timing on it a little bit. So we still may need to tweak the timing a pinch, but it should be pretty fucking close, obviously, to where it needs to be. Disabling Windows Fast Startup may help you. I have all the fast startups disabled, Windows and MSI. Because MSI has its own fast boot. If you don't want to use the Windows, but I have all my PCs. They just do full diagnostic, whatever, just boot, take your time. Like, it's not that much of a fucking rush. I mean, you figure if you do a full boot on a computer, I mean, it's less than 30 seconds, maybe a minute if it's older. Oh no. Usually not that big a deal. Need a tiny timing light. God. I mean, I don't know. A regular timing light might work on it. On. Let me see something real quick. That's getting me thinking. Because doesn't this have timing marks on the crank pulley? Let's see. Let me disconnect the starter so we don't blow everything up. Oh, and for those that were asking about the sparks you saw underneath, under here, that's just the sparks off the starter motor brushes. So yeah, everyone was, they saw Wednesday, you could see like a warm white spark under here, and that was just off of the starter. That's because they're exposed brushes on the back. Where is a source of light? Okay. Like, I really like the feature on this light. You see the little blue light that's on? I know some of you have this light. Clive featured it a couple times, I think. It's convenient, unless you hit the wrong button. Alright. Yeah, the crank pulley actually has positive and negative timing marks on it. Where is the... And it has an actual thing. So... I wonder how much current timing it runs off of. I also wonder if it... Does it have to be referenced to this ground? Or does the pickup just work? I feel like it probably has to be referenced to the ground on this, which we could do. Maybe we'll try the timing light if I remember this Wednesday, once we get it going. Because that would be interesting to see where it's actually timed at, once we get it running. Alright, let's go back over here. Oh, and again, for those that joined late and are actually still here, if you're interested in anything involving pew-pews, just to avoid YouTube and Twitch's things, I now have Scrufdog shoots on Odyssey. Odyssey is fine with safe firearm related stuff, so that's where I'm going to put all my pew-pew videos. There's a link there if you want to go over and follow or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to do that. And they support live streams, which I did a test live stream earlier today. So in the future, when I do pew-pew related live streams, instead of only doing it on Twitch, I'll do it on Twitch and on Odyssey. And of course, I'll put a notification on YouTube, but you can't do anything firearmsy on YouTube. Emer, I joined early, but am no longer here. I think you're still here. Same here. I'm not here either. Everyone, nobody's here? Okay. How's the dizzy timing mark? It's, oh yeah, I guess we could kind of, well, we'll do that Monday or Wednesday. We'll line up the distributor, because the distributor has a cylinder #1 timing mark that you can actually see. It actually has a hole where you can hold it at cylinder 1 for when you're putting it together. But yeah, I guess we can see how close they are, since that actually has timing marks. Weren't Odyssey a disco band? Probably. Oh, I gotta add a thing for, oh, when I updated, yeah, my support links, so that Hockness Monster's in there now. Which I would expect him to be streaming any moment now. Dean Marshall has been blown out to sea. Dean Marshall. Why does that sound familiar, UK Richie? Welcome, by the way. Oh, man, we missed top of the hour toast. Shit. Sorry. Cheers, everybody. Top of the hour toast. Appreciate y'all hanging out and watching us do dumb stuff. Well, I don't know. Actually, I think that engine's pretty fucking wild. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with the little tack. I mean, the whole time we've been messing with that thing, it's been turning on, turning off. So I think it's just too cheap to do anything. All right, stuff that showed up this week. Let's get to that. I do have a new T-shirt that we have kind of talked about that changed up a little bit. And in a half hour, we have Pussies and Pianos. Watch the Fuzzy Butts eat. Wow, I haven't even started that camera up. We'll watch the Fuzz Butts have a snacky. Let me get that started real quick, and then I'll show you what we got in. Just so that it's up and ready. Move that over there. Click that. It actually works. All right, I think that's good. What's up, Erica? Okay. All right, so what we got in this week. And actually, the T-shirt just showed up like an hour ago. So as I've been doing with the newer designs, I just put Scrufdog Live on the back. And then on the front, save the cows, eat vegans. So that's available, as well as the Angry Nerd shirt's another new one. And we have now we have shirts available in tall sizes. Like that's a 2XL tall. So that is in the merch shop currently, as cheap as I can sell it and not lose money. Sparks may have to dip out for 30 seconds, have a hot Valentine's date with Miss Palm and her 5 friends. All right. Tell Jill we said hello. If you don't know why I said that, it's because Jill, J-I-L-L, Jill. Yeah, say hi to Rosie and Jill. Yeah. Okay, got that. Caught up there. Got that. I am Jojo. I think. I don't know if I said hi to you yet. I am Jojo. I guess not. What's up, Jojo? Welcome. Evening for me, afternoon for you, maybe. Who knows? Jack Attack. I've got an addiction to cheddar cheese. It's only mild, though. A field full of cows. Okay. All right, so we got, the other thing we got this week, duh. A little bit bigger. And this is, we've been talking about this as well. Haven't even opened the box yet. Have you seen the power shift transmission for that V8? Yeah. Yeah, they have one, it's custom built, it's a couple grand, and it takes 2 to 3 months to get it, but I don't really have a use for it since it's not going into anything. Because most of the few people or whatever that have put that into a car, it's been a bit of custom work. We finally have something for Thursday. Doop. Close combat assault rations. These are... Now, I'm not going to be able to eat all the food in one episode, but these are 24-hour rations instead of single meal rations like we were doing last year. It's nice that we were finally able to get some shit sent to us, because that seemed to be a problem for a minute. Like, I haven't even seen what these look like. Now, this is Amazon US. I don't think Amazon UK would send me anything over here, but they might. Okay. I'm guessing this is just a collection of the other meals, just put in the 3-packs, but there might be some variety. Okay, well, here's what it looks like. Spaghetti with beef and sauce. I'm guessing that's just for the dinner. I mean, there's a lot of shit in there. So we'll dive into, I guess this is the one. This is menu number 1. So we'll be doing this one on Thursday at actually right about now, because I start those streams at like 6 o'clock, and it is 6:09 my time. So about now on Thursday, and we will be seeing what's in here. And basically, what we'll be doing, we'll be going through. We'll see what's new in these packs, and then we'll either vote if there's multiple new stuff, then we'll like kind of do a little vote to see which meal I have, and if not, then we'll just kind of wing it and as we go, and maybe we'll save some of the meals for future episodes. But I can also guarantee I'll just be eating them as regular food sometimes too. Erica, do you test the US ones only or other countries as well? I would do other country ones, but the problem is they are insanely expensive. Like those, the single meal MREs, I got those for about just under, what is it, like $7 or something a piece. Those were $17 a piece, but that's a full day. That's 3 meals. Those are $17 a piece. Like the cheapest, like out of country one I can find, or they start at like 60, 70, $80 a piece for like one meal. And I can't do that. That's like, I wouldn't even want anybody to send it to me unless they got it for free, because if I'm eating an $80 meal, it better have a big motherfucking steak in front of it, a little thing of Jack and Coke, maybe a monster fucking baked potato. We talk food after 7, but you know what I mean? Like an $80 MRE is scary. But I know there are other people that like fucking Steve 1989 MRE info. That dude will eat like $200 or $300 MREs, even if they're like half unedible, and he's just all about it. But can't quite do that for myself. Spoken True, what's up, man? Are the meals different for combat at a distance? If you're doing really close combat stuff, they tend to give you things that make you fart more to help scare the enemy away. Nah, I don't know. I don't think there's much of a difference. I think it's just called close combat because they know you're not going to be able to like go back somewhere every few hours to get your next meal. They're just like, here, take it, good luck. Like that's the kind of thing you take when you know you're not moving for a while. That is why I would suspect it's close combat, because that's what you deploy with when you're on like front lines and shit. How big is the average friend? How big is the average friend? What the fuck? Cheers. Jack Attack. How big is the average fence? About a yard. I'm Jojo. To be honest, the amount of sodium those things have, I don't know. How some things can be so bland and contain so much salt to not even be salty. Yeah, they've actually cut down on a lot of the sodium in them. But it's still not great, not horrible. I mean, you gotta remember, like, these are basically meant for people that will be burning those calories. Close combat taco bake. I imagine if you're on a front line and someone rolls up with like a 7-layer bean dip or like, you know, some taco bake stuff like that, you'd be the fucking war hero. So yeah, so I don't even know what's in them. It's all the familiar colors, so I'm guessing some of it's going to overlap the regular meals. I mean, it would make sense if you're getting 24-hour stuff, you might as well just get what you know and just throw it in there and throw some added extra stuff. Like, I'm sure there's going to be something a little more breakfasty, so that'll be something different for us. Lunch, I don't know if they're just going to stick a regular main in there or just give you something different for lunch. Because it seems like on a lot of MREs, breakfast is kind of light, lunch is kind of heavy, and then dinner is kind of light. But a lot of times the lunch and the dinner come with extra snacky stuff to have as you're going or later on. And a lot of the breakfast ones will do that too. Like, they'll give you breakfast and then they'll give you like, you know, a bunch of like sugar candy or whatever, just so you can eat a candy every hour if you're on the move and you won't crash out until your next meal. Was I in the Army? No, I was never enlisted in the military. They would not accept me because by the time I started to apply for it when I was 18, I already had a medical history with my back. And apparently they didn't need me that much at the time. So, I was not able to get into either the Air Force or the Marines. Yeah, I went for the Marines. I figure if I'm going to get my ass kicked in the military, I might as well go for the full ass whooping, but couldn't get into either of them. Too much medical history, which is weird because that was after. God, what were the two desert? We had Desert Storm and Desert. God, what were the two Iraqi war? We had Desert Storm. I forget what the other one was, but this was as the first one was gearing down, and you could tell the second one was getting ready to kind of kick back in. What about the Salvation Army? No, I don't. I've never tried to get with the Salvation Army per se. There, C2S. Although I imagine they would accept me. Rob Stooge, we don't have lunch in the South. We have lunch, as in I'm going to lunch. Yeah. You would not, Scrufdog, you would not have liked the military. They would have made you cut your hair short. I could care less about it. At 18, I could care less about my hair. Military likes you to start out healthy, then they break you and your spirit, break your spirit, and then that's, if they're gonna have damaged merchandise, they kind of want to be able to damage it in their own way. And I get that. Breakfast pizza with a lunch pizza and a dinner pizza, says C2S. Yeah, it's kind of one of my fears that we're going to come across that fucking pizza again. If your diet has too much sodium, you go bang when you take a bath. 6X's. Yes, very high sodium, you will explode pretty much instantly when water hits you in the shower. So you might want to watch that. And I guess if you can word it right, you could probably get out of taking a shower. Just say, hey, I had a high sodium day. If I get in that thing, I'm going to fucking explode. I mean, it might work on some people. Pizza for pudding. What? Are we going to grind the pizza up? Like, I don't even know if that doughy shit that they call pizza would even work in a grinder. I could cook it more, like finish cooking it, because it definitely tastes raw. And actually put cheese and stuff on it, it would be fine. But as is, it's pretty garbage. I swear I just smelled a cigarette. That's weird. Okay. Jack Attack asks, how many ADHD kids does it take to screw in a light bulb? How many? Want to ride bikes? That's pretty much it. Squirrel. Zap Sparky, 18. I had long hair then. Suffered a bit of deforestation on my noggin since then. Yeah, I've been a little short on the hair for quite some time. You think pizza for pudding? I actually have pizza. I have leftover pizza. That's what I'm eating after this. And then tomorrow I have ground beef, egg noodles, various seasonings, gravy stuff, and I'm going to do a homemade hamburger helper since I have the egg noodles to do it. And it's funny, when you do homemade hamburger helper, you really don't do it much difference than making regular. You cook your meat, your beef. Well, the difference for me would be cook the beef, add the noodles and a bunch of extra seasoning, add a couple cups of water, cook that down for a bit, and about halfway through, I'll add like another 3/4 cup of water and then put an actual gravy packet. Like, brown gravy, turkey gravy, whatever, or if you're making it out of powder, add a cup of water. Well, if you add about a 3/4 cup of water to the egg noodle mixture thing that's slurrying about, it will thicken all that up and the gravy will become your sauce. Your sauce balls. Food is nicer past 40. Well, you probably enjoy it a little more. Follically challenged. Yes, very, very follically challenged. I guess you're looking for RC model exhaust for that V8. Any chance it's actually fairly standard as there's no info? I have no idea. I have no idea what would be standard for that, because a lot of the exhausts I see on gas models don't have long tube headers like that. They just have regular straight headers or individual pipes or whatever. Cook the noodles in broth, flavor level up. Yeah, that's why I just put them on top of the ground beef. And plus I need to do the calculation on this, because I get the good ground beef that's 90%, 96% meat or beef and then 4% fat. And I'd like to do that because I don't want to drain the grease out, because that's where all the flavor is. You know what I mean? So if you don't have to drain the grease out, you can keep all the flavor, yada, yada. Then I started thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, they do charge more for that, but do they? Because if the cheap stuff is 70% meat and 30% fat, as it is here, then if you buy a 16-ounce pack of ground beef, you're really only getting about 11 or 12, probably closer to 11. So you're paying less for the cheap beef, but you're also getting less beef, because so much of that weight is in just fat that's going to turn to liquid. I mean, granted, it will help with flavor, but if you don't need a shit ton of fat for what you're cooking, maybe it's about the same, good versus bad. I'm not sure. Next time I go to the store, I'm going to write some prices down and we're going to sit here and figure that out. Because I'll tell you what, if I'd been buying the cheap stuff for years and my whole life, and I come to find out that I should have been buying the better stuff because I was actually getting more food for the price. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's 420, everybody. Take a sip, take a puff, take a drink, scratch your butt, poke a booby, do whatever you need to do, but cheers. What is the size of the header pipe? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see. Pull the shit out of that. Let's go ahead and move that. So that, kind of hard to see. But you can kind of see the little triangle there. That's what I'm dealing with, which is nice. I mean, it's cool. That's like what's on my truck. Almost that exact header is on my truck, but this isn't my truck. All right, inner diameter is exactly 10 millimeters. Center to center on the bolt holes is about 17. And then the outer is just a flange. I mean, let's see, like that edge is... The wide edge is basically 21 end to end and then just ground into a triangle. But if that's so close to 10, I'm wondering, I could probably get something to stuff in that with thin walls. Because it's not like this is going to matter too much if it's got a pinch more exhaust flow, or exhaust restriction in it. I'm gonna have to look around, see if that's something people do, just stuff something in there. Especially if I can find like a metal straw that has a 10 millimeter outer diameter. Holy shit, that would fit like I would sand that down and just make it fit, you know what I mean? Okay. Well, there you go. There's the measurement, and that also gives me more ideas. I may have to carry these around when I go to the store. Actually, I have at least one metal straw in the house. I can see what size that is. It's not like I use it, so I can just cut that up if it works. What's up, Stealth Mode Spiker? I don't think I said hi to you earlier. What's up, Zenny-san? Hamster's dick. Probably going to need a little more on that, Mr. Egg Cake. If you don't mind. Josh says we always get the 90% lean stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of really wondering Have we just been led to believe that the cheap stuff is the cheap stuff because it's got more fat? When the good stuff is what we should be buying because it's not really the good stuff. You just get the weight you pay for? I don't know. I think we should find that out. We'll blow the whole beef industry out of the water. Where's the cats? Cats. There's Cat plus Rob. Poofers is at the door. She's a little early, though. Plumbing supplies? Maybe. I mean, I'll see what's laying around there. Copper flare. You might be able to do something with a copper flare. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Like I said, it's not a rush. It's not a big deal. If I find something that works, awesome. If I don't, and maybe Tony makes something for us or whatever, we figure it out. Craig Matthews dropped the video. Did it slip out of his hand, or did he pick it up? Is it still on the floor? What's going on there? Bama, oh boy. I need to find my oil of Olay that takes wrinkles out of my cock. Well, I have a feeling it's not necessarily the oil. As you're applying the oil of Olay, then yes, most likely the wrinkles will disappear, but probably not because it's oil of Olay. Probably because you're applying it very friskily. Nickel speed line brake lines. I don't know, I have to see what the outer diameter is. Even if it's a pinch smaller, like you could just kind of make it work. I don't know that I have any. I might have some steel line out in the garage. I'll take a look. Might get a chance. But I'm going to check that stainless steel straw I have first. The C2S says, go to X video. Wrinkles will be gone in no time. That's another way to do it. But that also kind of complements the oil of Olay. And when it won't be you applying it to yourself, well, at that point, it's probably optional if you're trying to take the wrinkles out. Emir, I must be the only non-Scot here. I have no idea. I know I'm not Scottish, and I'm not named Scott. Let's see. Oh. Engine stuff, because I know a lot of you engine people are here. Our next project, kind of looked around, and I wanted to do another engine. You know, like I said, we all agree on this kind of stuff, as I've said before. So it turns out Toyan, which I didn't know, Toyan, they make the red V8 engine that runs off of nitro. I don't want a nitro engine running in the house, although we'd start that more often. Because that is just a smoke-filled, just shit show of exhaust that comes out of a nitro engine. Hence why everything gets fucking dirty when it's running around a nitro. A 9mm shell casing and drill out the end. Fuck, we're on YouTube. Let's see. Let's press. Nope, definitely not that button. What the fuck button am I looking for here? Cat camera. Rob and Cat. Alright, so you can't see me. That's good. Hold on. Let's see. 9mm casing. That actually fits pretty good. How about this 10mm casing? I wouldn't expect that to fit. How about a 308? Kind of loose. And the flare doesn't help. Where the hell's my 5.56 shell at? Nah, whatever. Let's just stick a whole 5.56 cartridge in there. Let's stick it in backwards. Yeah, I think the 9mm is the winner on that one. Hold on, I gotta put all this shit back now. I don't know where my 5.56 cartridge went, though. We're almost there. Hold on. I know you YouTube people are bored because you can't hear the music. Yeah, I got to figure out where the 5.56 case went because that was my first 5.56 I shot. But anyway, okay. Not a bad backup idea. That 9mm fits pretty good. The back of the 5.56 is the same as 9. The 9 was a little bit tighter. Either way, that's a good thought process because I have some of those just sitting around. As a matter of fact, if I hit the button here, where is it? I actually have a close-up of the ammo. Hold on. Oh, is it not there? Is it over here? Where the hell is that? Oh, zoomed ammo. There we go. Just so you know where the ammo is sitting, that's everything I have in stock right now. Sitting next to the radiation detector, Geiger counter, because where else do you put your ammo? Yes, Beefcake is doing beefcake stuff. Kitty, cat plus Robert. Poofers is doing what Poofers does. Cherry Bomb the V8. Even the smallest cherry bomb, like that would fit inside pretty much, even the smallest cherry bomb out there. I almost got cherry bomb header mufflers for my Suburban, but I ended up just going with getting just Hooker Performance since that's the same as the ceramic coat headers. Screen in, enhance. I am like 1/32 Scott, says Emir. Well, yeah, every little bit helps. 308 casing, micro washers, muffler. I'm gonna play around with that casing idea. That'd be interesting. Hey, what kind of mufflers you running on that? Fucking 338 Lapua. What? Don't worry about it. What kind of mufflers you got on that fucking 50 PMG? Huh? Nah, that's not a bad idea. That 9mm was a fucking that's one of the ones like one single wrap of like high temperature tape would act as a fucking perfect stuff gasket. Like, you know what I'm talking about. If you work on anything, you know sometimes when you steal it, you just tape it and just stuff it and it just gets it good enough, which is what you need for exhaust anyway. Just good enough. Looks like we got a Twitch ad starting in a minute. Which that'll work out, because then when the Twitch ad is over, it'll be just about time for Pussies and Pianos. A straight pipe with a perforated interior pipe surrounded by heat-proof insulation. Some friends made, yeah, that's pretty much how you would make it. It's just, I have to, just get that attachment point. Shells, that's a hell of an idea. Obviously, it'll handle the heat. Wait, what did I miss? Get some hot water for the cup. Oh, yeah, I actually have it turned on just to see if it would heat up, but, why am I not seeing Brian say anything? Could be used for a contraption for treating hysteria in women. Yes, there's still a lot of hysteria treatment devices out there today. I thought so, but was so enthralled by the cherry bomb speak. Simple mufflers, they were fucking awesome. Especially when they started selling the ones with that flange directly on them. You could just bolt them straight to your header and just move right along. Yes, Napa, I need a 10mm collector. Do you have one of those, preferably in stainless steel? I'm never happy, says Unicron. Well, see, the problem is, I'll see if I can get some hot water back here in time for Pussies and Pianos. It'll be close. May have to play an extra song, but I think when we get back, we can get that thing a spinning. I'll just take the cup with me. Hot soup. Yeah, my well, it's just my my Campbell's cup of whoop ass. Move the radiator and bolt a mower exhaust to it. I don't even need something that big. Like, realistically, if I can just get something to isolate the heat, I can 3D print a muffler. Because once the gases come out of that, like, they're going to be fine. And I can just do a simple chambered muffler. I just need to get the heat off of it, of the engine itself. You know what I mean? And plus, in that, you got to figure we're not going to be running this like all day long because it's not going to be anything. It's demonstration, run it a couple minutes at a time here and there. So even heat soak shouldn't be an issue with whatever I use to isolate the exhaust from, the hot part of it. When was the last time you took your Legos? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Watch the S there, buddy. My Lego for a drive. I don't know that I have any Lego things I can drive. I have to say, this is Graham Shaw. I don't like a loud exhaust. It just brings unwanted attention from the police and drones like hell on Earth on the motorway freeway. You can actually work the drone out. Because when I first put my exhaust on, after I got past the emissions window, like that, my truck doesn't have to get emissions tested anymore. Basically, because they know once it's like over 20 some years old, it's just going to fucking fail all the time. So once that happened, that's when I got rid of the complete stock exhaust system, which was, two downpipes that came together on the passenger side and just ran out the back, catalytic converter, resonator, or catalytic converter, a resonator, and then a muffler. And then over the axle and out the back of the passenger side behind the tire. Well, when it was time to do something a little different, all of that came off. I got Hooker Competition long tube ceramic coat headers, and then I got Hooker Super Comp mufflers because they're basically there for looks. They take a lot of the high end out, and they do help with some of the low end drone. Put everything together, and now it's just it comes out of the headers and just goes back and then out. There's no connection between the two, X pipe, H pipe, or anything like that. And I was getting a little bit of drone, but to adjust the drone, the drone of it, you just need to change the resonant frequency. So what you do is, like when I put that on, I put everything on except the mufflers. Where the mufflers attached to the back pipe, I didn't clamp them. I did just a little bit, just kind of snug it up a little bit, but enough where I could still move it back and forth, in case I needed to take it off. Started up, drove it around, and it had a bit of an exhaust drone on highway speed. So I went back home, I cut 3 inches off of each pipe, did the same thing, and it was gone. All I had to do was change the resonant frequency. And that's one of those things, like I learned that from other people. That's pretty much it. Will you be doing drone videos in the summer? I hope so. It would be nice to, fuck, I guess I gotta make sure the batteries are still good. But yeah, it would be nice to work the drone some, so I would like to. Although if I do drone streams in the summer, it'll be YouTube only, as far as I know, because right now I don't have a way to dual stream on mobile unless I pay money. And I'm not paying over $100 a year for something I use once or twice a year. Yeah. With the bridge, if you're allowed to, I might have to check flight restrictions. They are working out there now, but I would like to go. Like, they have taken a lot of the bridge down. They pulled all the like asphalty, concretey bits off. Like they had them in, I guess, just plates or sections. They lifted like the whole sections off. The ones that were too fucked up or I guess old to lift off, they just busted up and got all that shit out. Now it's mostly a skeleton of a bridge. But it is time for pussies and pianos. So I will see if I can get something for that. Make everybody happy. Grab a fresh beer, get the kitties some kitty stuff, get their treats, listen to Pianoman Rob, and we'll go from there. Another great exhaust tip. Ah, yeah. Power station, yeah, that'd be another one I'd probably go see see how that has changed in what past year and a half since the last time we were down there, 2 years ago, something like that. Oh yeah, I never did get back to what we're talking about with the engine. Yeah, I'll get back to that when I get back. All right, so let's do pussies and pianos. Let's get Rob ready. Up there. Pause Twitch, which is good. That's one of the quieter songs on his new album. And let's get to it. Move that over there, and here we go. Talk to you in a few. Alright. Thank you, Rob, even though you could not be here this evening. Always nice to have some chilled tunes while the kitty cats do their chomp chomp nom nom. And funny thing, when I stood up, actually I'll show you, I went to go grab the little Sterling-ish engine cuppy thing, and it was already hot. All I had to do was touch it and it started spinning. Oh, the piano piece at the end of the last Stargate Universe episode. Grab the Kleenex. That just fit the ending so well. Yeah, Rob, he's working on stuff. He's definitely working on stuff. Got his new sound setup going. We just tweaked that a little bit last week. And I feel like he's trying to learn some new stuff too. Well, I guess you always are, really. Oop, wrong way. Far better than Tai Chi and even lapsing Saushing. Rob was on Twitch earlier, wasn't he? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, Rob's on Twitch, but I don't think I saw him on there. But let's get our next one here. I love listening to smooth jazz piano on my hi-fi. It sounds so good, says Spiker. Yeah, that's actually when I have Alexa set up to GPS for GPS so that when I get home, that's why I was talking about this last week, I think. But it plays smooth jazz, smooth afternoon jazz, I think it's called, on Spotify throughout the house. Well, in the living room, soon to be throughout the house. Yeah, it's just great music to have on in the background. Cheers, everybody. And now we got some chill ass 9-inch nails on Twitch. Hope nothing happens to the doc. Well, is Captain Barrett out? Anyway, I'm off for now. Going to bed. Have a good one until next time. See you later, Captain Barrett. See what at Germany. It's almost 1 o'clock. Can still hear piano. You shouldn't unless you're on Twitch. Nothing else should be going to YouTube. Are you hearing music on YouTube right now? Because you shouldn't be hearing music on YouTube. But you just named it, so that's interesting. I don't think anything got messed up with that. No, you shouldn't be able to hear it. Plus 6 hours, yeah. My father was a conjoined twin. We used to refer to his brother as my uncle on my father's side. They were surgically separated. Now he's my uncle once removed. Lord. Maury says no music on YouTube. All right, good. Think that it shouldn't be. Every once in a while, when I make that mistake, I get like 8 million copyright warnings. But oh, you have Twitch on another tab. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's a little concerning. I did that a few weeks ago. Before the stream was over, the emails were already coming in from all the copyright warnings. I was like, oh, cool. But no strikes because I don't monetize live streams. I didn't see Mama Pants leave. Where'd she go? Why is this camera moving so goddamn fast? All right, it's just the cleanup crew then. Oh yeah, I got some. I have a picture to show you of her from earlier this week and another thing. Pull those up. while we're waiting. One of those things where they say history, repeats itself kind of deal, and you'll see. Let's see, where is her and her big butt? There it is. Okay. We'll go find the other one while we're sitting here. That would be around then, right there. Okay, so we got those up. All right. So yeah, anyway, I guess we'll talk about the engine. I'll start it talking about it and then completely drift it off because that's what I do. And what's up, Phasma? Camera's high. No, I don't think the camera's too high. I don't know that it has imbibed in anything. I guess she's done. Now, and that is my soft doorstop, as I call it. That white, the little white rag there. I keep that there. It's just so like, when you wake up in the morning, like I don't want the door all the way open, but I don't want it closed so the cats can come in and out. And I don't feel like kicking around a doorstop triangle. So I just put a towel down there and just every time I walk by it, I just kind of kick it to fold it over, and it's just enough to keep the door open, but still be able to open or close over it. You know what I mean? It's just enough to keep the door open. And like I said, I don't have to worry about kicking around a triangle. Yeah, there's a lot of leftovers. I don't know what's up with that. I'll keep an eye on them, see if anybody stops back by. Let me unzoom it. Reset. But yeah, that was a kind of a light night. The engine thing. So I'm thinking if we want to do another engine, we should do the Toyan. They've recently-ish come out with a 4-cycle engine. In other words, not nitro. And it looks a little something like this. You can get it a couple different places. And apparently they're getting ready to release in April, like the full kit, like everything we have there that we had to buy different kits, and Gasmaster sent us some of the kits for our current engine. Well, apparently in a couple months, they're going to release the full kit that comes with everything you need, basically except batteries and a little bit of wire or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's the whole thing, the stand, tanks, radiators, even fans that come with it, apparently. So, kind of thinking maybe if you want, we can do that one next. Or if you all have something else for our next, like, big project, I figure. Because it seems like every once in a while we do the big project. B2 didn't work out too good, but it seems like this one did. So, just throwing that out there. Camera's not physically high, it's just got a bunch of weed vape and gotten contact high. Well, yeah, I mean, actually, well, that's outside. That really probably wouldn't have out there. Is a puss sat on the cam? No, they haven't sat on the camera yet. If you cannot hear music on YouTube, then everything is working correct. Got it. Yes. Twitch hears music for the live stream, and then after the stream's live, the music goes away on Twitch, and then it's the same as YouTube. Oh boy. Jack Attack has redeemed helium voice.
So, anyway, also, to help fund the engine, I went ahead and took some of your advice and I added different tiers to the YouTube membership. Remember, I have to talk very articulated so that you understand me properly. Yes. Anyway, so there are other tiers available for the Gaggle or Goofballs if you're interested in helping us save up for our next project. Shut up, C2S. Oh, and then we have pictures coming up as well. Besides the picture of that engine. Jack, did you hear about the new Muppets they introduced that work at a crematorium? Burnt and Ernie. Oh my. It does help if you can get your voice kind of high without this, because then it really gets, you know. This must be Chipmunk's real voice. I do believe it is quite close. When you do the deep voice, you can be a Stargate system lord. I have no idea what that is. Holy shit. Oh, okay. Well, let's see, it's been about a minute anyway.
Back that down. All right. Appreciate that, Zenny. He just upgraded to the Groovy Grand Gagglers, which is your biggest benefit out of that is we do an occasional wellness and sanity check on you, because why the fuck are you donating that much money to some dumbass sitting here playing with toys? But I don't know. I probably would too. But thank you, Zenny-san. Cheers to that. And to anybody else that wants to help, and to everybody that helped with this. There's actually 8 names on that plaque. Uh-oh. That, and there's Norman. What's up, Norman? Thanks. Let's see, where do I put it on this one?
Yeah, baby, there's that sweet spot. You like that? You like when I turn it to the sweet spot? Oh, I bet you do. Pinchy, pinchy. So yeah, that will be our next project. Unless somebody comes up with something just as cool. What the fuck? The camera is moving on its... Oh, no, okay, never mind. I thought the CatCam was moving on its own, but it's just because that's a little bit off. Do the Oh Yeah song by Yellow? Who the fuck is the Oh Yeah? Oh Yeah! I mean, the Oh Yeah song? Oh Yeah? Poll for more Scrufdog characters. What do you mean more characters? I can only do 3 voices. Well, I mean, obviously I can do
A little bit in between. And
Going up a little bit, but...
you know, then you can actually turn
it down and do it so low that you have no idea what the fuck I'm saying. So yeah, there is some variability there. This is basically what you sound like after you've been smoking like a carton of Marlboro Reds for like 20 years. Hello, egg, demon seed. Is deep voice as much fun as deep throat?
well, as far as receiving deep throat, I think that would probably be funner. But the other way around, I would
rather do this. Oh yeah. I'll have to check on that.
I probably have heard it. Let's see. I can actually no, I can play it on the computer and you can't hear it. Yellow. Oh yeah. Let's see. It's a hell of a thumbnail. All right, 3-minute song. Can't hear it. Oh, that. Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful.
Okay. That song. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Pretty good. Top of the hour. Top of the hour. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
Low rider gets a little higher.
Yeah, we can do all kinds of fun stuff with that, but cheers. Yeah, especially if you're doing the oh yeah, you gotta
Look at that.
before you do the oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Actually, that is remarkably close. Like, I know they didn't use this mixer to do it, but damn, that's pretty good. Like, I heard it in my ears as I was saying it, but I know I was also hearing the music video. But yeah, that actually sounds pretty good. All right, cool, cool. Cheers to that. All right. Chicken tikka. Oh, yeah. When I had chicken tikka, I think once. Oh, well, actually, hold on. Where are we at? Yeah, I have no idea what song this is. All right, let's play that on Twitch. Because we can do that on Twitch. Search. What would you like to listen to? Your mom. Okay. Yellow. Space. Oh, yeah. Right at the top. I gotta turn the music up for me.
Beautiful.
All right. Okay, now you can listen to it if you're on Twitch. Butter chicken is better. Well, anything is better with butter. That's why it rhymes. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah. It's a great song. Oh, what the hell song was this? Oh, this was at the end of Ferris Bueller. That's right. This was in Ferris Bueller. I was like, fuck. Every time I hear the I'm like, wait a minute. What was that? Yeah, Ferris Bueller. Yeah, C2S got it. Yeah, yeah. Fucking perfect song for it, too. Cue Ferrari flying over junk. Yes, cue the flying Ferrari. That would, yeah. Actually, we watched that on movie night. Was that like maybe a month ago? Something like that. Hello, Miss Liz. Are you joining late? I know you were on Clive earlier. Have you not been here? Were you here at 5:45 my time? Mia, yeah. Graham Shaw. Thanks, guys. Sleep well. Have a great weekend. I'll catch you next time. Well, you do the same, Graham. Yeah, I feel like you're going to bed a little early. That's how very responsible of you. You weren't here? Oh, that's fine. You don't have to apologize. You do you. That just means everyone's about to get a bonus woofle. That's all. Because if the Queen of Fire arrives, then woofles much must happen. I don't have any designer wooflation at the moment, but Clive's idea with the alcohol, it makes sense. It does. I wonder if I started woofling alcohol, if it would slowly clean all the soot off. That would be fucking funny as shit. All right. Let's see. Just in case Graham is still here and would like to catch a VertoThermoWhoofle, then we'll go ahead and do that right now. She missed the engine too. Oh yeah, we can do that after the It's just like the beginning of the stream. We'll hook that back up real quick. After this, chicken tikka.
Yeah.
Number one. Another one for Freddie. One for chat. I think I remember this song. There we go. And Franco's ass exploded. That's a shame. A wired connection. Warm hands. It is warm in this mug. I am definitely all the way warmed up today. All right. And I guess that for everyone else, for our queen and for everyone else that may have joined a little late, why don't we switch camera views real quick here? Might as well do one more anyway. That's cooled off. Well, let's see here. Bring this back over. That there, kind of stuff that, and now we carefully apply the terminal to the battery by placing the copper over it and stuffing it with a screwdriver. Okay. Do the same thing with this till we get proper terminals on them. Oh, come on, man. Alright, and that's still not working, so I feel like that's just bad. That's fine. I don't know that it worked at all, really. Let's see, let's ground this one there, that over there. And let's show Miss Liz what we were playing with earlier. Everything else good, should be. Right about there, I think. Still needs some tuning, but the engine runs, my dear. She be running. We're going to tune it up on Wednesday. Hopefully get it running a lot better. Get some of the wiring cleaned up a bit. Maybe do something with the exhaust in time. And go from there. It was nice when that started running the other day. On Wednesday. Because that was worrisome that we spent so much money and it didn't work. Rainbow Dandelion, what is up? Welcome, by the way. Make 'em purr. Yeah, she's a little rough. I don't know if she's going to smooth out once we tweak it out some. I feel like we like when you go full throttle, it stalls. So I'm guessing it's running out of fuel. So we may have to open the fuel up a little bit. And I think the timing still may need to be advanced a little bit, but we are going to play with the, we are going to move it to top dead center per the distributor and see where the crank timing marks land, because it does have up to 20 degrees plus or minus marked on the crankshaft for timing. So we'll see how far out it is as far as ignition relation goes, and that'll probably, I'm assuming that'll give us a clue as to if we should retard it some more or advance it some more. I'm guessing advance because advance is what actually got it to run. But we'll see, because I was also playing with the fuel at the same time. She's got a cam, and oh, she got a lumpy cam, yeah. Sounds good to you? It sounds good. Sounds good. It's just, we don't have any, I should have primed it with more oil. But we just don't have any fluids going through it yet. Right now I'm reaching back, just pushing oil through it. The oil and the water pump are driven off the belt. However, the water pump has nothing hooked up to it right now. And the radiator is mostly empty. So we're going to drain that out, put some fresh whatever in it. And I'm seeing what else we're going to do for tunes. What in the world is that? What are we going to play after this? We'll just go to the old chill mix after this song. Miami Vice. Pretty close, pretty close. The White Bat audio, what you hear like behind most of my theme music is from White Bat, except for the Doom song one. But White Bat audio does a lot of stuff that sounds very Miami Vice-y, themey stuff. Like retro synthy stuff. Sparks, yes, lots of sparks. Oh yeah, Tony tried to remind me to pump the oil. That's all right. It's just very broken in. But since it's not under serious load, it's you need to find that. Well, it's in my Actually, I don't know if it's in my Twitch. Might be in my Twitch about thing, but it's definitely in my YouTube description, because to use White Bat Audio, you just have to put in your YouTube description, music by, Carl Casey at White Bat Audio, and then I go ahead and link the channel and everything with that. But yeah, it's just Carl Casey at White Bat Audio, but he goes by White Bat Audio. A whole lot of good music. That's like my metal stuff, my light stuff, the fucking, that one thing you hear in the beginning, the very beginning with the logo, this thing. We were looking for that the other day. For Dave Fab. We found that track on White Bat. Pics of what? Their Jack Attack? We're talking about oil and lubrication, and you're talking about, you're talking about pictures. That's an interesting thing there, buddy. We got 712. All right. Oh, music. Do that. Oh shit! I gotta let this song play. Fuck. All right. You cannot stop this song. Enamore V12 engine kit for a future project. Is that the one that's $89.99.99? $9,000 one? Celtic? Because I know I was looking at one of them. I'm like, that is fucking, like, when you have everything together, that is a $10,000 desktop engine. I don't know that I would, at that point, I would say our next project is a fucking twin turbo V8 for my truck for $10,000. Holy shit. You want Ghostbusters theme? We can do that. C2S. We can do that. Are you going to? Oh, the fucking pictures. The pictures of the kitty cats. That's what I'm guessing what you mean. Oh, and pictures of everybody else. Wow, man. We've just been going on. Because I still got all the stuff from what people sent in. Holy shit. You found it? Cool, cool. All right. Well, first I'll show you the poofer pics. So this was from the other night. And if I missed the song, it's because I'm doing this, but I'll try to catch it. So that was from the other night, watching Killer Mike play Humanity Z. And from 9.5 years ago, there she also is. So, in case you haven't figured out, like, I looked, but I can't find all the 8 million times she slept in between my legs, like, throughout the years. But, yeah, that's where she started. That was actually the first time she ever fell asleep in there, all tucked up in there. And she still goes for it. So. And, like, this picture's so early, she doesn't even have her little cinnamon tag isn't very pronounced right now. You can kind of see some of it in there, but she has like a little cinnamon fur thing right there. Like that. Yeah, you can kind of see it up there. I mean, you've seen her. But yeah, so that's what she's been up to for almost 10 years. Wow, they're going to be 10 this year. Yeah, yeah. Let's see what everybody else sent in. Because that's been a minute. Let's see. Let's start with the Scotch egg from Franco. It looks like a testicle. That's fine. So apparently this is an egg wrapped in sausage and then breaded and cooked. So I'm guessing the egg is pre-hard boiled or something. I'm also guessing if you set a pair of them next to each other by an actual breakfast sausage, you could, like, get in trouble. Either way, even though it looks like a ball, I'd probably still eat it, because egg and sausage and breading is definitely an American thing that we would like to try. So, thank you for that, Franco. I was wondering what a Scotch egg was. That actually sounds pretty fucking good. Surprised I haven't come up with something that weird yet. Okay, and let's see, was that Lockwatcher sent in a V8 engine model kit that works. You got to watch when they say model that works. That means there's an electric motor behind it somewhere. Otherwise, it would say something that runs or with gasoline. Just so you know. That how big is that? Yeah, that's something to consider, though. There's a lot of those like little that runs kits, though. I'm going to be honest. If I was going to spend that, oh, that's a Lego kit. That's a bunch of Legos. Oh, so it's a Lego engine that runs. Is there anything weird on the screen? No. So this is a Lego engine that apparently. Oh, okay, yeah, the flywheel will spin. Pistons move a little bit, and it's got lights. And it has an entire app dedicated to it. I mean, we might do that. That might be a little fun thing to do. Combine the two types of streams you do, engine stuff and Lego stuff. All right. Like if you guys think like, yeah, you want to do like one of these little not real, but just actually that wouldn't be a bad idea. Because then we can leave it running in the background if it's not too like some of those motors get. Something like that. Yeah, I think that wouldn't be a bad idea. Let me leave that page up. Because for some reason, I'm not logged in. Oh, it's because that's in my Chrome. That's not, okay. Yeah, all right. I'll leave that up there. Good call. Good call. We kind of like that. Just kind of a cool looking thing. Yeah. Johnny J. Oh, yeah, we got to do Ghostbuster. Okay, after this song. Search. Go. I guess it'll just be Ghostbuster. Ghostbusters. Ray Parker Jr. All right, we'll do that next in about 1 minute. There's hundreds on Amazon. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of them on there before as well. But I mean, I guess it wouldn't be bad. Just a little break, combine a little both together, see what's up. All right. Lockwatcher also has sent his pizza from Wednesday. I didn't know that was sent, but I'm not really sort of set up for that. But this one. So he had so he had pepperoni pizza with a little bit of jalapenos on there. That's cool. That's fine. I guess not everybody needs to be eating jalapenos. I get it. Vala early morning. Looks completely sacked out. Eyes are open, but she's not home. We know that. What's up, DJ Bones? Celtic engine. I had a plastic 4-cylinder turbo model many years ago with wheat grain red bulbs for spark plugs. The egg ball, says Mr. S. Groningen, big words, is a fried snack in the northern and eastern Netherlands. It consists of a whole boiled egg peeled in ragout or curry ragout. The ball is breaded and then fried. Okay. I may have to try something like that. I don't know why I did that. There it is. Hey, the pupper, sleepy pupper. Yeah, Ronnie's been, it's funny, he's been walking up to me if I'm laying down in bed and trying to get under the blankets and actually like laying under there for a little while lately. Sliders at the local venue. Why is it doing that weird load thing? That looks pretty good. A little bit of lightly seasoned fries. Got some bacon on there. Looks like an appropriate amount. Burger's all right. I mean, it kind of looks like a White Castle burger with a little extra stuff. How are the onions? Did they use like real onions? Fake onions? Did you get onions? If you didn't get onions, why didn't you get onions? And why are you on this channel again? Oh, 420. Let's grab this one. 420, everybody. Grab a sip, grab a puff, have a whatever, do your thing, but either way, cheers. "3D printed magic props, a profitable way to use the printer." Oh, yeah. If you got a product you can work out, go for it. Man, it's a shame the printer camera doesn't work, because you could actually see all the names on the nameplate. Actually, I can show you the names on the nameplate after this. I'll just show you the STL file. Bounce Intense. We picked this up, dryer sheets made just for camping. What? What do you mean? Doesn't say anything about camping in on there. Either way, Bounce is one of the few dryer sheets that you really only need one of. Trust me, like you really only need one. Instead, as opposed to we always buy the cheap shit and then use two of them, which actually in the long run costs you more when you think, because you save 20%, but you use twice as much. So keep that in mind when you're buying dryer sheets. If you use two on the cheap ones, it's cheaper to buy the better ones and only use one. See what else we got here. That. Running the Prusa, 3 Prusas all at once, making magic. Okay, so there's the matching video. When I was in this room when I visited Lockwatcher's house. Well, and Lockwatcher, I mean, I didn't just like visit his house. What's in this room? You know, we on my way back from Killer Mike's. That's cool. Damn, I'm finished my cider already. Oh well. I was thinking of pause that. Cancel that. I was thinking, like, what are your thoughts, those that are here, if I started a a channel that just like replayed shit and like put up 3D printer stuff when I was printing, kind of like an AFK channel somewhere. I don't know if it would be on Twitch or YouTube or, well, it wouldn't be Odyssey. With Odyssey, I'm just going to keep just firearm stuff on there, but it may turn into a third backup platform with everything. I still got to learn more about it. But what are your thoughts on that? Having like another channel where I just play stuff like on a playlist and in like the printers like in the corner or something. I don't know. Kind of been tossing that idea around. I don't know. I don't know if it's really worth the effort. 24/7 live 3D printing feed. If I'm printing something, it would be showing the printer. Like I was going to do one last night, but the camera got fucking weird. Or yeah, it would be if I'm printing, it'll show the printer like a decent size thing of the printer, and then like old videos or something. I don't know. But I wouldn't do it on this channel because starting and stopping and notifications get weird if you have a 24/7 live channel. What's up, DJ Bones? I saw you sent some stuff in. Don't worry, we'll get there. Well, no. Just kind of tossing that around. Wow, a lot of people sent shit in on WhatsApp. Okay. And if I did that, basically, it depends on if I can find my other Intel Nook. I don't know if I still have it or not. Because I'm not obviously going to leave this thing running. And I don't want to put any more in the computer downstairs, the server. I'm not going to run a 20-foot camera feed, but yeah, all right. Maybe. We'll see. Like I said, I don't know which platform it would be on. I'd have to see who is less pissy about streams like that, but I feel both are probably fairly acceptable, but I'm going to have to check. All right, let's see what Sauce sent in earlier. Let's see, the snowdrops are out, and so is this fucking swan. Hello, swan. Yeah, it's like 50. It was 50 in the 50s today here, so a lot of the snow melted. Maybe we'll actually get trash pickup for the first time since the snowstorm, because nobody's trash has gotten picked up on my street since the snowstorm. It's getting a little rough back there. And I'm at the point, like, I have no more trash cans to fill. So it's kind of a little frustrating at this point. And it's not like the thing back there is all fucked up. Like, everybody's been driving on it, but the trash guys are just finding any fucking excuse to be lazy fucks. Benji, what have you sent for our review today? We have our weekly fish chips and mushy peas. Delicious. I like the wide steak fries, or whatever y'all want to call them over there. Bunch of people don't know how to fucking name your food. Anyway, looks good. We have chicken mixed veg with kind of looks like couscous. Either way, it looks like something I'd eat the fucking ass out of. Good deal, good deal. What's that? I have no idea what any of that means. Is it a birthday thing or something? Anniversary thing, maybe? Is that like a Valentine's Day thing? For the lady up there? Can someone give Smurfette a good time? Someone gave Smurfette a good time. Good for Smurfette. I kind of feel like she has all the time, good time she needs. Look at that. Look at that mug under there. That's awesome. I like Benji's little foxes that are drawn out. I don't know, Benji still, are you still here? I thought you said something recently. Who's this from? That's from Benji. Happy little fox. Burger looks pretty good. I'd put cheese on it myself. It almost looks a little, oh, I can see onions, I think, are in it. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'd put like onions on it. Cheese. It almost looks like it could be just a little more fat in there, maybe. Where's the fish and chips? That was the first one. Right there. Pay attention, man. Oh, this is actually playing a bunch of good songs now, yeah. This is a fucking great song. Blackwatcher, the dryer sheets are for camping are called Bounce Intense. Oh my god. Okay. Gotcha. God damn it. All right. What is? Oh, what's that? Zap Sparky. What do we have this week? Happy Valentine's. Oh yeah, it is Valentine's Day, or well, was for some. Happy Valentine's Day, love of the Flat Cat. Thank you for that, and happy Valentine's Day to Flat Cat and all of his homies. Good to see Flat Cat doing his thing on the jammies, as it usually is. Always a good background. Definitely appreciate the good flannel jammies for fucking shizzle. Although I got my Silky Garfield, not silky, but like whatever, fake wannabe, cheap, silky feeling fucking jammy jams on. That was another great song. All right, cool. Kicking at 80s on the music now on Twitch. Electron box, bamboo printer on its new custom shelf out of the way finally. Ooh, a nice setup. I like the cuts. I was peeking a look at Oh, I was wondering why I got so quiet. The print stopped. Cool, so I can show you that after the plate cools off. That's what's nice about that. Like, if I try to peel that off right now, I'm going to need a fucking pry bar. But in about probably 4 or 5 minutes, I'm going to hear just the tiniest little, like, and it's going to be free of the plate as it shrinks and just pops off. Anyway, I was looking at 3D printers last night. There's the possibility, like, it wouldn't be anytime soon, that's for sure. I got some other things I need to get first. Pew, pew. But, eventually I probably will get a bigger 3D printer. A bigger one that's multicolor. Like, the prices on multicolor, especially bamboos, are pretty fucking reasonable. Creality's got some multicolor ones that are really nice for good prices, too. We'll see. But for now, my little modded to hell Ender 3 Pro doing just fine. All right, little Jim, what we got here, bud? The bridge's scenery near me on a nice day. That looks good. God, I fucking love suspension bridges, man. Like, that is some shit to get all that to hang. Like, that is no joke of force, of physics, fucking engineering. Like, that's an example of engineers that actually know what the fuck they're doing. That's why they work there and not for Heister. Wait a minute. There's a little guy. There's not the little person. There's a little tiny person down there. He's fishing. I can see his fishing rod. I like the fencing. That's an awesome way to repair fences. Just use the natural shit laying around. That's a really nice spot out there. Oh, yeah, I dig the fence. Yeah, yeah. Is that an almost lighthouse out in the back? Franco heading out. Cheers, buddy. Thank you, Franco, for everything. Much love to you as well, buddy. Oh, that's kind of spooky looking. Oh, that's another one of them cool-ass bridges. It's got all the little fucking cable, like the straight cable-y thing going on there. That's the first time I saw them, I went, that's a pretty fucking wild way to do that. It's just a different way to distribute all the stress. Nice. Hey, yeah, I like those. Thanks, buddy. Normal Norman. Dog assuming the position. Yep. Yeah, the kitties have been cuddling a lot lately. And it's not like it has because it's cold out, because, it's same temperature in here all the time. But, a cable stay bridge. Okay. But yeah, they've been cuddling up a lot more lately. The dude and Ronnie have been existing within like 2 or 3 feet of each other a lot lately, too, which is weird. DJ Bones. Picture of his ladies. Gorilla Glue number 4. Looks good. See that little red hairs popping in. That's always a good thing. Nice. Oh, there we go. Oh, we got some fresh ladies. Are those clones or new ones there, buddy? I think you're still here. Assuming you're still here. Are those clones or are they fresh? Way back in the day when I was doing it, I just did clones. All right. I think we're about caught up. Let me see. There's one from C2S from Wednesday. That's right. An update on, his very mature ladies. That is looking very good. I like the piece in the middle, too. That's fucking nice. Very good. Very good. Thank you for that. I did remember to, I was trying to remember to show that when I hadn't even looked at it yet. I want it to be like fresh forever. Fresh for everybody. And oh yeah, the camera doesn't work, so I can't look at that. That's bummer that the 3D printer camera is fucking borked. Oh, but Octoprint obviously is still going to work. Let me see what the bed temperature is to see if I should even bother standing up. 192.168. Oh, I'm in the wrong browser. It's like, why isn't it autofilling? All right, there's that. 192. There it is. Bed temperature is currently 44. It usually pops around 40, so we'll give that a couple more minutes. And then I'll grab it off the plate. I don't have anything queued up that needs to be printed right now, do I? I do not. I got that beaver tail in there. Stuck. Alright, I swipe that on back. Seedlings. Ah, it's new seedlings there, DJ. Nice. Oof. Rough. Rough, rough. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, boy. We're going deep into the 80s, baby. Woo. Hold on, just drop something. Fucking Knight Rider 3 little theme, baby. That'll cure your pain, says Fishy Online. What's up, buddy? Yeah, that'll definitely cure some pain. Got 34 and 96 grams. Yeah, that'll get a little lighter as it cures, but not that much later. Let's see, Lockwatcher. Simple Electronics will be doing a long stream to start a project and stay with it till he's done, and does not know the project yet. Selected forum, revealed in the AM. Sunday morning. Yeah, you said something about him, was that last week or the week before? And I got all subscribed up and shit, but I never saw any notification for a live stream. Wow, Mike is still going. Killer Mike's playing Humanity. He's got 110 people watching his ass just on YouTube. Nice. Oh, Hawkness isn't up yet. Okay. Let me see. Simple Electronics subscriptions. No, not NASA Spaceflight. That is not it. Simple Electronics. Make sure I got my notifications turned. Yeah, I got to set the all. So he's supposed to be doing a live stream tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, okay. Schedule, notify. Oh, that's going to be early. Actually, that's not a bad idea. If that wakes me up, that's cool. Because, like, I do need to wake up early tomorrow so I can get up really early Monday because McCormick's has a bunch of fucking units down those fucking turret trucks. Speaking of which, so I got to get up early as fuck. All right, thanks a lot. Oh, for those that saw that, released a couple of old ass videos that were members only. I forgot that even though I wasn't able to add to the members only, like I kept forgetting to release. You know, some of the videos are going to stay members only because I cuss out so many people in them that I might as well not make it public if I like my job. But for the next 6 or 7 Mondays, I'm going to have a new forklifty video coming out at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. So, like, I'm releasing a bunch of old videos that were behind the paywall kind of thing to the public. So every Monday for, like I said, 6 or 7 weeks, you're going to have another video to watch. So, figured I'd let you know. Kit versus Car. Ah, I love those. I always thought Car was a little bit of a badass. What's up, Phlegm Guy? Welcome. Wait, you weren't here earlier? I thought you were here earlier. Either way, what's up? Oh, okay, there it is. I am late to the party. That's all right. Go back about 30 minutes and you'll see the engine running. If you missed it Wednesday, like we actually have the V8 running. I'll probably run it again in about 20 minutes right at the end of the stream. I'll probably run it one more time. But yeah, we got that little, we got that little fucker actually running. She needs to get tuned, but she'll start and run for a little bit. Dan had watchers send in project ideas. He's not seen them yet. Oh, okay. So I guess that's dependent on him having proper inventory for said project. Plumgob, I'm working on a car project with a celebrity designing bits for him. Nice. Very good. Good to hear. That's cool. I've a couple times in my past actually had direct communication with a celebrity or two. This girl's going to get loopy from the frames. From the fumes. Yeah, I hope not. I hope that those little filtery, mufflery things help a little bit. Like, it's not we're going to be running that thing, like, solid for, like, you know, the whole hour or whatever. It'll be a minute here, minute there. There's also a clip of the engine running on Twitch and a short of it getting started on YouTube. Or just go to 1 hour and 31 minutes into Wednesday's live stream, and that's when the magic starts to happen. I think I did a clip on Twitch. Did somebody else do a clip on Twitch? I know I was having a problem getting YouTube, because YouTube, you can't do much with it until it processes it. And my processing times have gone from a few hours to like up to a day. If you scroll back, you can also see a picture of the dryer sheets made for camping. Bounce Intense. Lord. You people. Oh. Well, let's see. We'll be wrapping it up in about 18-ish minutes. And then I'm going to go eat some pizza. I no longer have any hot wings left because I ate all them I ate them before the stream and for breakfast. And tomorrow I'm going to have eggs, toast, and sausage. Shit, I may actually, I bought a dozen sausage links, just regular, like Bob Evans. I don't get the maple stuff because I don't like maple on my bacon or my sausage. Because it's made for pancakes, not for fucking meat. But anyway, I'll probably eat it twice, just so I can have the sausage for breakfast and dinner. And that way I'm not eating fucking pizza all day tomorrow. Because like I was going through my emails, and like one of those rare occasions where a promotional email actually clicks, and I went, 2 topping extra large pizza delivered for $13. Fuck, all right. Because nowadays that's a $26 pizza, because they tell you how much it, and I was like, yeah, that really is a $26 fucking pizza. Pizza prices, holy shit, man. It's going up like everything else, I guess. Pancakes Crusties mix. Yes, the sweet cream Crusties pancake mix. It tastes like goddamn cupcakes. Like, it tastes like literal fucking cupcakes. Problem with nitro car Scruff is there's oil in the nitromethane fuel, so you get an oily smoke. That's why I was mentioning leaving the window uncovered to be able, for certain videos. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do outside videos. I am also considering the possibility, since we're doing seemingly more engine stuff, I may be able to cut in. I mean, it's my fucking house, so I can do what I want. It's just time. But I may actually cut in an exhaust vent just fucking through the side of the house. Because the windows are blocked. Like, I really don't want windows to be openable to get into this room for reasons. So that's why they are basically rigged to not be able to open ever again. And if for some reason I ever get the house re-sided, I'll probably just put siding right over top of them. Like, I could give a fuck about the windows in this room. And I could give a fuck about the person that buys the house after this, because they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do to it. So why the fuck shouldn't I do whatever the fuck I want to it, as long as it's within code? And putting siding over windows is within code. But anyway, now I may actually cut a small exhaust, with a extractor in here. I mean, worst comes to worst, a fucking 6-inch hole. Not even that. Actually, I could do it with a 4-inch duct, like a 4-inch dryer duct. 4-inch hole straight through everything, put it in, seal it up, put a flap valve on it so like nothing can come in. Because I wouldn't want an easy way for bugs to get into the computer room. But yeah, I may do that. If engines become a thing, then there may be something like that coming. I don't know. And the other thing is, if I really got into it, we could cut in over the shelf, because the bedroom wall, because in my top of my house, the outer little triangles, those are the attic. Everything in the middle, it's the bedrooms are one of the ones where the ceiling, it's got that, and then the flat across the top. Got the weird angles. The finished attic or whatever. So the outer edges are attic. So if I just go straight up over the shelf, I'll go right into the attic. And I mean, if the attic is very open to the outside world, so I could just extract straight into the attic, and then it would get vented out that way. The vaulted ceiling, yeah, it's like a shortened, like the ceilings are only what 6'6", as opposed to the rest of the house, they're like 7.5 foot, I think it is. And yeah, you got these weird cut-ins because of the roof. You can do a lot of cool shit in there, and like when people were up in there, they actually came up with some pretty creative shit to do with the room the way it was set up, and like you can always find cool shit to do with that. It does assist well with lights too, because instead of just having lights in the corners, you have lights in the corners and then in the corners, because you have that extra set, so you can do better lighting effects up there too. Electron box. I got my last house perfect when I sold it. It was knocked down a year later. That sucks. Did you get the thermocam on the engine? Not yet, just because we haven't run it long enough. Because when it runs, the oil in there's no oil. Well, the oil's sitting in it, but it's not pumping. We just got to get all that hooked back up this Wednesday, and then we'll be able to run it longer. And then, yeah, I am going to, I'll bring it over. At that point, I should be able to pick it up, bring it over to the thermal camera, just so we can see it when it's not like running. Otherwise, we can do it while it's running. I'm just going to have to do this basically. Like we'd have to do something like that from here, because I can't really move the camera too easily from where it's sitting. But I mean, we'll be able to see it. It's this thing behind the microphone here. Yeah, that didn't work, but yeah, that blob there is the engine. But yeah, we're definitely going to hit it with that. That'll be cool. I definitely want to see what's getting hot where, and that'll actually help us, since it's long tube headers, if we see one of the headers not getting hot as quickly as the rest of it, we know we have a misfire or just totally dead cylinder. C2S says memory went right to the kids fighting over the attic room on the Brady Bunch. Someone might just started freaking, somebody high started freaking out. Well, that's fun. Some guy, the guy that built the Lambo in his basement and had to dig it out. Make sure whatever you can do gets through the door. Well, yeah, I'm not bringing anything that big in here. With a thermal can. You're all over the place, C2S. Have another drink, buddy. But really, it may help you get to where you need to be. Someone high, someone near you high started freaking out, or the attic kids got high and started freaking out. Oh, and those on Twitch, you see there, that Adder Phasma person, they do a lot of cool streaming. You should check them out. They stream, quote, late at night / early in the morning, depending on where you're at. Really fucking super chill streams. I usually miss him because he's usually streaming while I'm sleeping. But every once in a while I get up early enough and I hang out on there. So yeah, check out Phasma for gaming, coding, nerding, that kind of stuff. Good streams. Usually start streaming in about 5 hours from now, about 1 a.m. my time. So 6 a.m. biscuit time. Someone high saw the thermal camera and started having a bad time. Well, that's no good. Thermal cameras make everything fun. Jack Attack, I bought my wife a brand new iron for Valentine's Day, but she got mad and refused to take it. So I added it to my golf bag. God. That's terrible, terrible, terrible. Blackwatcher, those MREs may require an exhaust vent. They may, depending on if there's new stuff in there. Like at this point, I know which ones. Actually, none of them really toot me up. But MREs have been sorted out a lot in the past 30, 40 years as far as adverse side effects. At this point, it's mostly just a stigma that they affect your bowels. And I say that because they never affected mine. Most people I know, they said it hasn't affected them. But that's whatever. You are building a 40-ton forklift in your basement. I am not building a 40-ton forklift in my basement. You can't really find 40-tonners. You're really mostly going to find a 36-ton or a 45-ton type forklift, and either one of them, just the tires are about 6 feet, 5 to 6 feet tall, depending on which setup you're getting. And the truck itself weighs approximately, usually between 80 and 90,000 pounds. So usually a little bit more or about the same as what they're actually rated for. So, 45 tons. I don't know that a 4-inch pour on a concrete foundation would necessarily hold that. That and the fact that the cab I'd pretty much be sitting in the cab if it were on my basement floor. This is about how high it is off the floor. So, yeah. Though it would make one hell of an elevator. I mean, you'd really be able to do anything as far as picking it up and putting it down. I don't really see that being a current project. But I'll let you know. Flimgob, I've stopped drinking, but completely I didn't even realize it. Might be something wrong. I collapsed a few weeks ago. Not been to the doctors. Huh. Yeah, you might want to go get that checked out, because it may have been nothing, or that may have been your one and only warning of something really, 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 really bad that's getting ready to happen. Yeah, like watch out for that. Yeah, get that sorted. Stop drinking. Yeah, when I stopped drinking, well, years ago when I stopped drinking alcohol, I obviously just started back up recently-ish. But I stopped just because I forgot to drink for like a year and a half, and then I realized I hadn't had anything to drink for a year and a half, so I just was like, okie dokie. I had a mini stroke a couple years ago, so probably one of those is phlegm gut. Yeah, if you've already had something going, yeah, you might want to get that sorted. Good Lord, man. Make the call, you know what I mean? Make the call. Blackwatcher, the freeze-dried meals in many cases use TVP, textured vegetable protein. Some people get quite a lot of gas from TVP. Yeah, I've heard that. TVP never bothered me. I had to deal with that when I was vegan for 4 years. Hence the t-shirt. Anyway, a lot of people eat TVP. They don't even know they fucking eat it, because that's what imitation bacon bits. It's just salty TVP with like red food coloring. That's basically all your imitation bacon bits. It's just fucking TVP with salt. Like half the time they don't even put bacon flavoring on it, because your brain sees the color, tastes the salt, and goes, "Oh, it's bacon," and just fills in the blanks, kind of thing. Yeah, if you got that little, just as soon as your brain goes, maybe I should get that checked out, then you definitely should fucking get it checked out, because you're probably pretty close to the rest of us in this chat right now, where like your fucking arm could fall off, and you're like, yeah, it might grow back. I don't know. Like, yeah. Oh, fucking good song. All right. So yeah, if something's telling you to get it looked at, and like you kind of agree, then go for it. Yeah. TVP is used in many burritos as a filler. Yeah, it's a good fit. I mean, it is a good filler. I mean, you can kind of flavor it up a little bit or add a little seasoning to help flavor it up. A little extra protein. I mean, that's fine. TVP, textured vegetable protein. It's what, soy? Is that what it is? It's like if you've had imitation bacon bits, like that's like I said earlier, that's the one everybody or most people know. Like the little shaky imitation bacon bits. It's just salty TVP. Pretty sure it's soy based in most cases, if I'm remembering my fucking vegan architecture. Celtic engine, how about a small engine, such as one from a weed whacker, mower, or even a twin from a zero turn for a future project? Yeah, that was brought up last night as well. The only thing would be like, can we find it in kit form? You know what I mean? Because ordering something like that part piece by piece by piece is going to be a fucking. I'd rather fucking put my dick in the vise that's sitting right there. But if we can find like a build kit for it, like similar to what we're getting, so similar to that thing, then I'd be fine with that. But I wouldn't see the point of like buying a complete engine, taking it apart, and putting it back together. That's kind of like, meh. It's not really creating. That was really my only hesitation when we were talking about that last night was, can you get kits? Because I don't like even rebuilding it. I don't know. Especially, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, anything's possible. We'll see what's up. I knocked on my neighbor's door because my right side went numb. That's really bad. It's a Saturday night a couple of weeks ago, and I thought I'd rather die than go and spend 10 hours waiting in A&E. Yeah, well, we all know that's a little bit of sarcasm, so go get that checked out. Make the call. Make the call. Do I make you horny, baby? Yes, fucking funny that this song comes on. Way too early for Mr. S. It was earlier, yeah. If you get the engine spares or repair, fixed it on the channel, then you could sell it on to fund future projects. That's a possibility too. And that would be, we just have to see how much like something like that would sell for. I mean, there's always the thing of like, if you can always see how I rebuilt it, because there's a whole ass fucking live stream or set of live streams. I mean, that's always a good selling point. Well, I guess I'd have to see if there's a market for various engines around. I mean, I will say it's not something I'm going to dive right into the research for right now, but that is a good future idea. Yeah. TVP, a high protein soy flour product. That's a thought, yeah. Used as a meat substitute or a meat extender. Yeah, I have noticed, like, especially if you're using ground beef, if you mix in textured vegetable protein with ground beef, you almost can't tell which one's which. There's that too. There are also pills available that also are meat extenders, says Lockwatcher. Yes, there's a few different ways to classify meat extension. Canned meat balls. As long as they're not mine, that's fine. All right, top of the hour toast here, folks. Let's use this fancy fucking one here. Ooh, so fancy. I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Cheers to you. And again, cheers to everybody that's helped put fundage and everything into the channel for the engine. And we'll do a quick toast here. Cheers. Then I'll grab the plaque. Now, just to remind you, the plaque was for people that donated that said they wanted to make sure it specifically went towards the engine. So, like, if your name's not on there, it's no offense. It's just at no point did you say this is specifically for the engine, which includes the revved up gagglers. I'm sorry, yeah, the revved up gagglers, which was created for the engine, or any super chats that were engine specific. Yeah, I started taking notes. So let me go grab this thing. and cool it off, and it lifts directly off. All right. So this is a two-piece thing. This, see how that's got that little hook thing on it? On here. That will hook onto the base. I'm going to have to file it just a pinch. And then, like, that will go onto the base, kind of like that. And then this attaches because I don't have, the printer wouldn't quite print the whole thing out quite evenly. Let's see. Oh, check out I use the tree supports. I fucking love tree supports, man. They're so, like, that is a creepy fucking look. Like, look in there. That is like a creepy fucking forest in there. You know what I mean? Like, I always want to print this again in, like, brown, just so I can have a creepy ass scale forest. Let's see. I wonder if we can get lucky and I can peel this off and not destroy it. The little forest. Or the piece. Oh, this might be working. Oh, yeah. Forest intact. Nice. That's fucking wicked. Right. So this is the piece. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it. I still got to paint it up, but there is that. There are the names. Yeah. So we have Brian Antoine, or Unicorn, Gassy Masher, Ed Bird, also known as Zenison, Subsonic Subaru, Chris Fama, Frank Nedvetti, and Meme Jeff, who I actually haven't seen in a really long time. It's a shame. He donated money for it, but he did. I don't know if he's ever going to be able to see it. But there we go. Yes, you're on there. You had a pretty big one for the engine. Brian Antoine had a ridiculous amount, but that's fine. Beware of the bad wolf, says @Color. Well, yes, you should always be wary of, ad just started on Twitch. You should always be wary of the big bad chomp chomp. I spelled Frankie's now. No, I didn't. Double check that. You forgot the IE to bug him. Oh, good lord. Yeah, this isn't to bug people. I actually had to change it because I had Meme Jeff as 2 words at first, and then I went, I think that's wrong, and it was. So I went back and fixed it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the raised parts, like the lettering and stuff, so that it pops out, because I currently only have a single color printer. So hopefully that'll be painted up by Wednesday, but I'm not positive. But it'll be very soon. It's cursed. No, it's not cursed. It'll be fine. What was that? Did I mention the dry? Keep going with that bounce intense thing. All right. Isn't there a camping joke that has tents as the punchline? Into tents. There's a bunch of tent punch lines. Fuck. Man, I haven't heard this song in a while. There's a morning wood joke with tents. That's good. It's amazing y'all managed to fund that engine. Respect. Yes, Swagger. That was I think that was over 6, 7, maybe 6 to 8 months, and that was $2,000. And then I put in $500 of my cash, and Gassy Masher sent us which part? He sent us the kits with the ignition, the alternator, the tachometer, and the radiator. I forget if he sent the plate or if I got the plate, like the base plate. But yeah, he sent a bunch of stuff in before we even ordered it. And he's actually gone ahead, and I think he got one of the, if I'm not mistaken, he got one of the clones for like way cheaper. but some of the clones actually run, and I'm pretty sure the one he got actually runs. By talking to him, I sent him a message about this on Wednesday. Yeah, it's totally cool that it runs. That's why I'm kind of like just letting everybody know. We'll start slowly saving up for the next one. And we'll see what's available, by the time that comes out. But that Toyin looks good, because Toyin, like I said, they were known for their being the first like Nitro V8, and their shit is fucking on point. It is solid. It is bulletproof. There's a shit ton of third-party stuff for it. So maybe by the time we get the money saved up for it, there'll be extra stuff available. Like maybe they'll have a supercharger or turbocharger kit for it that, if we look and it's like, well, we got the 1700, but that turbo's only another 250 or whatever, then, save up a couple more bucks. And obviously I'll put in some of my own as well. But I think that's probably going to be our goal, is for that particular engine. Like I said, unless somebody finds something just as radical cool. That's kitty like that, not like a rebuildy thing. But we will look into possibly doing small engines to sell. How is Gas? Haven't seen him. He's good. He was, like all of us, he was dealing with some stuff, dealing with life, because we all got to deal with life. He's just been busy, but yeah, he's pretty good. Can we get a cold fusion kit? I think Amazon is sold out of those. Maybe AliExpress could possibly have one. I mean, I suppose we could do if we could start there to practice and maybe build a tiny nuclear reactor to power the office at one point. I mean, it worked in Fallout, right? Like they all got like their little fucking fusion cores. So maybe we should create fusion cores to run the house on. I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, fuck, dude, if we could run fucking fusion cores in here, figure that shit out, shit. Yeah, the Scottish MRE heater. Yeah, it's pretty much a fusion core, yeah. Cold fusion equals glue. Well, sometimes, yes, sometimes. Tell Gassy all the best from Scrufdog stream. I will do so. Go to the Dr. Flemgob so they can start saying what's necessary to heal you, and it will help your mental health immensely when you fix other physical problems. That is true. A lot of times you don't necessarily realize something physical is fucking with you mentally, just how mental shit can fuck with you physically. Elon has a new mission to take the first cow into space. The stakes have never been higher. I'll launch a cow. We haven't put a cow in space. We put all these animals in. We haven't. Well, I guess they are kind of heavy. Can't really send half a cow. I mean, you can, but it's not going to moo anymore. I mean, not for a really long time. Mini reactors. You think it's coming? I'm sure it is coming soon enough. Yeah, Mr. Fusion, all that stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised. But yeah, I'd be pretty okay with that. Make it into a tray and grow grass at the top. Might look cool, says Flemgob. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Although I'll tell you what. Let me get this weird one off here. That was from the upright piece. Oh, that's kind of stuck. Yeah, I'll cut it off. But it almost makes me want, like, now I know that it does it like that. It'd almost be worth just printing a whole tray of it. And then doing how you got the top support and grid right there. You can tell it what kind of grids to do. Have it do a slightly easier grid. Tell it to space it out a little bit more between the support and the grid. And you may be able to just peel that off too. Or like you're saying, do something big and have this as a stand for something sitting on top of it. Like if you get something kind of spooky looking on top of it, and then it looks like a creepy ass forest underneath. And especially because like they're not all perfectly the same. They all vary like a little bit. You know what I mean? And they're not even all lined up. Like there's no straight shot through here. They're all just a little bit offset. So I really, I don't know. Sorry, I'm going on about it. I just think that's really wild. Like I didn't really notice that when I was previewing it. Mr. Fusion is not coming out soon. How do you know? I'm not saying it's not. It might be. I'd be fucking awesome if Mr. Fusion came out. A cow would not survive that in Cyberlake. No, I don't think a cow would survive any of that, actually. Support trees do look really cool, says Phasma. I dig that. Like, I've noticed it before, but, like, I've never noticed the forest. Upscale that shelf cubicle size, same spacing, just larger. Upscale that. You mean, like, make the flat end taller so the trees are taller or something there, Phasma? I mean, yeah, we could, I guess you could almost literally scale it down to whatever size you needed. Soviets had mini reactors sitting out in the middle of nowhere. They have everything sitting everywhere. It's just a bunch of stuff that just falls apart and blows up. Akalar, I'm sure some cow jumped over the moon before. I read it in a children's book. Yes, yeah, that is a documented case of there was a cow that it got really deep into some cocaine, like some pure uncut fucking Colombian, like primo cocaine, and just fucking BAM! Jumped over that motherfucker. Cleared it pretty good too. Problem was when he came back down, the terminal velocity coming through the atmosphere, like when he fucking landed, it was just a pile of burgers. So overall, pretty cool experiment with a meal afterwards. So sex while camping is fucking intense. Oh. Josh, while we're talking about Elon Musk, Starship and New Glenn are both scheduled to launch next month. Yeah, I saw that. I care less about the flying dick. But I'll see what's up with Starship. Fusion, always 30 years in the future, says Mr. S. Well, yeah, that's kind of how that goes. It'll be more successful than Artemis, says Naismith. Yeah, I don't know, everything has, I will say this though. Hydrogen leaks, like everybody has hydrogen leaks. SpaceX, Boeing, obviously, that's fucking, it might as well be Bow Hydrogen Leaking as far as their name goes. But everybody has problems with hydrogen leaks. I mean, especially when you're using old fucking 50-year-old garbage that was laying in a yard that you just welded together. But yeah, hydrogen leaks, that's going to be there. That's a thing. It just depends on how you handle it. Cyberlight, I've got methane leaks. Yeah, yes, last night was definitely I definitely had a methane reactor going on. Oh shizo. UK full-size reactor planned for 2040. Okay, that's cool. If they finally approved that, and I feel like they were trying to push on that for a while. But all right. I think we're going to call it for a night, folks. Running a little later than usual, which is just fine. Got that shit going. So Wednesday, we'll be working on the engine some more. Getting everything hooked up so that we can run it longer and hopefully tune it so it can just run whenever it wants to. So join me then if you would like. And also Thursday, we will be coming back with the Close Combat 24-hour MREs. We'll figure out what we're going to eat in that spaghetti one. I don't know that it's going to be the same spaghetti that was a letdown from last time. But if there's something else interesting to eat in there, we may go for that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So, appreciate everybody doing your thing, helping the channel out, the help with the engine, and as we start saving up for our new project, any assistance there is also appreciated by the channel, the viewers, myself, and my cats. So, until next time, hope you have good rest of your weekend. Thank you for watching. Appreciate everything, and I'll see you next time. So, be groovy to each other, and I am out of here in 5, 4, 3,